Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Edgar Valentine, and just to start out with, maybe just a show of hands to anyone that has seen or even just heard of the Netflix special Blown Away. Nice, awesome. So some of you may recognize me from the show, and honestly, Hilltop Artists was a huge reason to how I even got the opportunity. I was enrolled with the Hilltop Artists program when I was 12 years old in the summer of 2007. The glassblowing class was actually full, so I just started out on the beads, on the torches, just making little tiny beads. And although I was really anxious to get on the floor, I knew it was really important to learn the torch working skills of just how the glass moved and how it melted and how to keep up with it and all that kind of stuff. And just once I learned that I needed to get better at all that before getting to the bigger scale, it really kind of opened my eyes to the glass of art anyway. And that following school year, I was able to be on the floor working with the hot glass in the after-school session. By then, I felt a lot more comfortable turning the hot glass and understanding how it moves. And my friend Troy and I would even stay after that session for the production team to watch the older kids work. And as a 7th grader, seeing the high school kids work seemed like maestros to me. In 8th grade, I was taking it a lot more seriously, and my instructors like Jessica, Jason, and Greg really seemed to notice. They would pay close attention to me and Troy, and were always super helpful with making new pieces and learning more advanced techniques. Even now, I hear their voices in my head telling me certain tips while I'm blowing glass of my own or teaching students, like how to keep the glass hotter, but also not letting it touch the ground. That same year, I was lucky to get put on the production team, while Troy was on the other team making beads. So we were both able to blow glass for 2 hours after school, and then another 3 hours later that night. At pretty much 5 days a week, this was an insane amount of exposure and practice for us young kids. My freshman year of high school, I was offered a scholarship for the Pratt Fine Arts Center. There, I studied hot sculpting with Karen Willenbrink and her husband, Jason Johnson. I was by far the youngest in the class, but also the most experienced, only because of the opportunities that Hilltop Artists has given me. It was, yes. It was cool to see other adults and big-time artists recognizing my interest and passion. I learned a tremendous amount of glass knowledge that will keep with me for the rest of my life. After high school, I went to Colorado State University in Pueblo, where I was an NCAA Division II lacrosse player. I loved the sport. I met some of my closest friends to this day, but school was never really my thing, and I really missed blowing glass. So towards the end of my freshman year, I contacted Jessica and Tony, asking them both if they had any suggestions on a studio to work full-time at. Yet again, Hilltop Artists came in with a huge help and gave me a bunch of ideas and opportunities. They both told me about Glassy Baby and The Glass Eye, both in Seattle, and also reminded me of Tacoma Glass Blowing Studio here in downtown Tacoma. I worked at Glassy Baby and The Glass Eye from 2015 to 2017. Because I came from the Hilltop program and already had a huge amount of knowledge at that age, I was welcomed in the Seattle glassblowing community with really easily and got to learn from and meet even more amazing glass artists. After work, I would still go to Jason Lee to help out the production team, and to this day, I'm still welcomed in the hot shop to utilize their equipment, see old friends and mentors, and help share my knowledge with the youth that I can right now. After leaving the Glass Eye, I applied to work at the Tacoma Glass Blowing Studio and was brought on the team in 2017. Now, the entire team at TGS is Hilltop Artists alumni. And I have had the pleasure of working with this amazing team for the past 3 years. We do production 2 days a week. We teach 30-minute walkthrough classes called Experiences on the weekends, and we are given Wednesdays and really pretty much any time we're not busy to make our own work, which is really, really helpful. So this brings us to the present day. Some of you may be wondering how I got on the show Blown Away. While a couple of the contestants were scouted by their schools or simply just asked to be on the show, I just saw an ad on Facebook one day. Then the next day, Sam, another Hilltop Artist instructor, sent me the link and just told me I should apply. So I did. After a few months of totally forgetting about it, I got an email asking for a video interview, and it just kind of kept going from there. I've noticed in this career path I've chosen, having Hilltop Artists on my resume has made my youth experience really stand out and has greatly created unique opportunities for me. This program has truly opened my eyes and doors for me personally, and so many others. Because I had such an interest in this medium at a young age that only continued to grow, I feel honored to have the Hilltop Artists staff give me so much recognition and support to find what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. It's been amazing to watch the hot shops grow as well, from all the supporters and community members here. With more and better equipment, students are able to widen their range of creativity and practice. But I've also seen a lot of change it has done for kids that don't necessarily want to pursue glass art in their future. It still gives students a place to feel cared for and a place to go, and something to do that's really out of the ordinary. When I first started at age 12, I remember hearing stories from other kids that they would tell me of their home lives, and it always kind of shocked me because I was never around that kind of stuff myself. But they would always leave the session much happier. If it wasn't for Hilltop Artists, I wouldn't have been able to continue my interest for art, which built me into the kind of person I am today. So thank you all for being here today and supporting this amazing community and program. I am and always will be truly grateful. So next, please help me welcome Jordan to the stage.